Are you allergic to seafood?
Oh, maybe I am.
What should I do?
While there are many delicious foods around the world, some come with risks. So to stay out of the ER, here are the top 10 most dangerous foods in the world. Peanuts.
I'm
allergic to peanut butter.
Since when?
Birth.
Peanut allergies are no joke. When it comes to one of the most beloved nuts around the world, peanut allergies are often overlooked. With only less than 1% of Americans having a peanut allergy, it may seem that peanuts don't cause too many issues to the general population. Those who are affected, however, can be at great risk, even from just a small amount of peanut residue. People who suffer from peanut allergies can go into anaphylactic shock just from coming into contact with a trace of peanuts, which makes this food potentially life-threatening to some.
Well, I'm a peanut bar, and I'm here to say,
those who don't have such a strong reaction can still experience symptoms such as dizziness and fainting, usually caused by a drop in blood pressure, which can still be quite a scary event. Over the years, peanuts have been slowly phased out from many public companies and organizations, most notably airlines and public schools, due to the amount of people who are allergic to this salty snack. The danger of peanut allergies stems from the inability of the body to process the proteins inside the peanut. With so many great foods containing peanuts and peanut products, it can be very challenging for those who are affected by peanut allergies to avoid this potentially life-threatening food. Raw octopus.
I'll have the seafood salad.
One of the most unsettling foods to eat may be raw octopus. While the octopus is not alive at the time of consumption, it is freshly killed before serving, which allows the nerve endings to still be active and make the tentacles squirm in a way that makes the octopus look alive.
Oh, hell no.
The potential danger that comes from eating a squirming octopus tentacle is that the suction cups can still latch onto a person's throat while they're eating the food. It doesn't take much imagination to see how this could be a potentially deadly dining experience. In fact, there are actually some YouTube videos in which people eating raw octopus warn the viewers about what can happen when eating this squirming seafood after they experience a near-death experience. Due to the love for raw octopus, there continue to be more than a few people each year that die from this delicacy after having a suction cup latch onto the inside of their throats. We don't know about you, but maybe we should all just stick to eating calamari instead of running the risk that goes with consuming raw octopus. Milk.
Mommy, I want some milk.
Oh, sure, Angel. Come here. I'll give you a little something.
Many Americans may think that the milk they drink is raw or straight from the cow. However, this is not the case. All milk sold commercially in the United States has been processed to be safe for human consumption. Pasteurization is the process in which milk is treated to remove any potential bacteria before the milk is then sold to the general public. In the United States, unpasteurized milk is considered quite dangerous and cannot legally be sold. The potential for raw milk to contain various bacteria, including E. coli, salmonella, and listeria, is much higher than that of the pasteurized version that most people find in their refrigerator.
I guess it's goodbye chunky lemon milk.
While raw milk is enjoyed in many countries around the world, the potential for food poisoning is quite alarming and can even prove to be fatal in some cases. Even though the United States has determined that consuming raw milk is dangerous, there are many people who think that raw milk is actually much healthier and contains more vitamins, probiotics, and higher levels of calcium. Of course, with these potential benefits comes the risk of exposing your body to potentially deadly bacteria. Having been utilized in China as far back as 1117 CE, the process of pasteurization has been used for everything from wine to meats and continues to prevent the spread of dangerous diseases that can lead to an untimely death. Shellfish.
Have you had an allergic reaction to seafood before? So you just randomly ordered it and this is what happened?
There are many types of delicious shellfish found across the world. Enjoyed by many people across the globe, shellfish and other crustaceans such as scallops, crabs, oysters, lobster, and shrimp can cause mild to severe allergic reactions in a lot of unlucky people. The allergic reactions can range from a mild rash to swelling of the extremities and the inability to breathe in some extreme cases. Even after consuming shellfish for your entire life without issue, there is a chance that you could have a reaction to a single serving of shellfish.
Hey, you guys want to take some lobsters for your ride home?
In the United States alone, there are over 7 million people who have some type of shellfish allergy and have to avoid eating these foods. They may not all be extreme allergies, but these 7 million individuals do not want to risk the potential side effects that can come from digging into something as seemingly harmless as a shrimp cocktail or lobster roll. While it must be difficult knowing that they can't enjoy the deliciousness of fresh crab, it does leave more delicious shellfish for the rest of us to enjoy. Mushrooms.
This is the etiquette of eating a mushroom and Swiss king.
Tell me when to chomp.
No chomping.
Mushrooms are a somewhat strange but wildly delicious food that are found growing in the wild. Picked for their unique flavor, mushrooms are enjoyed around the world in an endless variety of dishes. Consuming the wrong type of mushroom, however, can result in intense stomach pain, cramping, vomiting, kidney, liver, and heart damage, and even death. Just in North America alone, there are over 10,000 species of mushroom. Of that 10,000, up to 100 are potentially lethal if ingested. As most wildlife experts would tell you, it is never a smart idea to pick and consume wild mushrooms without being absolutely sure about their identity.
Juicy.
Even then, it may just be a better idea to stay away from wild mushrooms altogether. With so many different types of poisonous mushrooms, the chances of picking the wrong one can be quite high. The most famous and aptly named lethal mushroom is known as the death cap. The death cap has a bright red top, which makes it easily identifiable, but can sometimes blend in with other mushrooms and lack their distinctive red color. The death cap is just one of the many dangerous varieties of mushroom that have the ability to cause harm to anyone who dares to consume them. If you ever come across some wild mushrooms while out in nature, remember to just admire them for their unique beauty and not give in to the urge to take a bite. Raw meat.
Ew. Why raw chicken? That's so gross.
While eating raw meat of any kind possesses the potential danger of bacterial infection, there are many cultures that enjoy dishes that contain raw meat and serve it on a daily basis. One such dish, known as larb, is wildly popular in the Southeast Asian country of Laos. This raw meat salad is so popular in the country that it is known as the unofficial dish of Laos. While the type of meat changes depending on the restaurant, this food is always served raw. Over the years, there have been many cases of people contracting deadly bacterial infections due to the consumption of raw meat.
I think he larbs you.
One such case in Thailand that was linked to consuming wild boar meat ended up killing 24 people while making many others ill. Closer to home, 12 people in California became extremely ill after eating this dish just a few years ago. Even though there have been cases of people getting sick and even dying from consuming raw meat found in the dish known as larb, this popular Southeast Asian food is absolutely delicious and usually presents no danger to those who consume it on a regular basis. While it may not be advised by health professionals to consume raw meat, it might be worth trying this famous local dish if you ever find yourself in its country of origin. Fugu.
New adventure, why not try it?
You're far braver than I am.
Having been banned in the US for some time now, the puffer fish is one of the most poisonous foods found in the world. Unless this fish is cooked in the proper way, it can deliver a toxin that is 1,200 times more lethal than cyanide to those who consume it. Famous in many Asian countries, specifically Japan, brave pufferfish chefs must train and pass multiple certifications in order to become licensed to prepare and sell this type of fish. Some certifications can even take as long as 2 years to complete before allowing the chef to prepare this deadly fish for public consumption.
Come on, pal. Fugu me!
The puffer fish, also known as fugu, has killed more than a few people over the years due to being prepared incorrectly. Since the year 2000, 23 people in Japan alone have died due to eating this poisonous dish. The intestines and ovaries of the blowfish hold a powerful poison known as tetrodotoxin. Just one fish contains enough of this lethal poison to kill 30 full-grown adults, with just a drop the size of a pinhead being enough to take out a single person. While this famous fish has a mild and unique flavor, it may be best to avoid trying this food if you're worried about eating something that could potentially become your last meal. Hot dogs.
I'd like a hot dog, please.
You out of your mind? This hot dog's been here since the silent era.
There's nothing more satisfying than biting into a well-dressed hot dog at a barbecue or sporting event in the U.S. While hot dogs are notorious for containing many nitrates and other unhealthy additives, the risk associated with hot dogs doesn't actually stem from the ingredients inside the sausage. Hot dogs can present a potentially fatal choking hazard to the many people that enjoy them if eaten too fast. In fact, hot dogs are the #1 choking hazard in children 3 years and under and can even cause a full-grown adult to choke.
Oh, that's delicious.
Hospitals across the U.S. see many patients every year that have succumbed to hot dog-related injuries and need immediate medical attention. Having become famous for their use in eating competitions, hot dogs have continued to grow in popularity, and many people may try to replicate their hot dog heroes' eating talents. Unlike the competitive eaters, it is heavily advised by medical professionals to take small bites and chew slowly when enjoying a hot dog. Having been a tradition in the United States for quite some time, other countries have also come to enjoy hot dogs and have created their own unique take on the food. While you may not need to worry too much about choking on a hot dog as an adult if you eat it properly, it's best to cut it into smaller pieces when serving it to young children. Fruit seeds and pits.
I can feel it down in my plums. They're getting a nice bluish hue.
Some fruit seeds and pits, including cherry, peach, plums, and apricots, contain a potentially life-threatening poison known as hydrogen cyanide. Most people need not worry, though, because for these seeds to be lethal, a fully grown human would have to ingest approximately 700 milligrams of hydrogen cyanide, which would require eating hundreds of seeds. While health professionals advise not to chew on the seeds, there really isn't much danger if you accidentally swallow a few cherry seeds.
Fresh and juicy, ready for the picking.
Known as stone fruits, these specific types of fruits are a staple in many American diets and are loved for their intense flavor. Although many people do not know that their seeds contain potentially lethal poison, the vast majority of fruit lovers will never fall ill from swallowing a few cherry pits here and there. Cashews.
How do you eat nuts?
One at a time, like a regular person.
Cashews, when eaten raw, can actually be quite dangerous. Every human being can have an adverse reaction when consuming raw cashews due to a poisonous chemical that is found in the raw version of these nuts. You might not think of cashews being dangerous due to their widespread popularity, but the nuts we're familiar with can be lethal if consumed raw. Containing a chemical known as urushiol, consuming raw cashews can lead to swelling of the throat, rashes, and possibly more severe symptoms, and even death. In fact, the chemical found in raw cashews is the same chemical that is active in poison ivy, which explains the swelling and rash-related symptoms. When harvesting, the cashew nuts are steamed to remove any of the harmful chemicals that are found inside before sending them off for human consumption. While cashews continue to be a popular snack among many Americans, most do not know of the potential danger that comes from picking and eating raw cashews found in the wild. Cashew consumers need not worry, though, because even the cashews that are marketed as raw in the grocery store have already been treated to remove any potential dangers. First time here? Then leave us a comment and hit that subscribe button. And for another great video, just tap or click.